All right, welcome back. This next story is tragic and once again has us questioning our justice system. Spencer Wheeler was a bright 17-year-old man, young man. His father described him as loving, adventurous, and a kind spirit. But that spirit was ripped away from his family in 2022 after he unknowingly bought pills poisoned with fentanyl. He bought them from a drug dealer named Alexander Saunier. Saunier was a known offender who'd been on probation before. He had a long rap sheet dating back to 2015, and almost all of his crimes related in some way to drug possession. According to court documents, quote, "We heard through our exhibits that he possessed numerous firearms. That's not only against the conditions of his probation, but he is a convicted felon at the time he is doing that. And we know that, again, while on probation, he is dealing all kinds of drugs." Now, here's the real kicker. With that long rap sheet, court documents say that Saunier, before delivering fentanyl-poisoned pills to Spencer Wheeler, a few months before, delivered those same pills to another person. That man died. He knew that. That did not shake him. That did not give him pause. He continued on dealing for 2 or more months, ultimately taking the life of Spencer Wheeler. Despite all of this that I have laid out to you, Judge Karen Sage sentenced Alexander Saunier to a 10-year probated sentence. To put it simply, he got no prison time. Judge Sage addressed the Wheeler family during the sentencing, saying, quote, "I am so sorry for Spencer's loss. No number of years that I sentence this defendant to will reduce your pain in any way. And if I could do that, and there would be some sort of relief for you, I would do it. Fentanyl is a scourge, and too many young people are dying. I don't believe that taking a stand on an individual case, though, is necessarily the way to stop that." Joining me now here in Dallas is Spencer's father, Hunter Wheeler, and retired DEA agent Justin Robbins, who was at the buy-bust operation set up 1 week after Spencer was killed. Thank you both for being with us here today. Hunter, you and I have spoken on a couple of occasions. You know, not only I, but everyone watching, how sorry we are for your loss. Let's start, though, with the sentencing. It was just over a week ago. How did you feel when you heard those words I just read from the judge?
I was insulted, extremely disappointed. I was in shock. We had a really good case. The details were impeccable. The case was pretty flawless, and we were really disgusted, to be honest with you.
And Hunter, I know this, you were seeking, and the prosecutor in Travis County, Texas, which is saying something, a very liberal county in the state of Texas. The prosecutor in Travis County, Texas was seeking 15 to 20 years for Saunier. The defense, I believe, was prepared to accept 10 years in prison. And this judge elected 10 years probation.
Right. She slapped everybody in the face. The law enforcement that worked on the case, most importantly, my son, who received no justice, the prosecutors that tried the case, they worked hard, countless hours, and she undercut everybody.
Yeah. Justin, you worked on this operation to bust Saunier. There's so many details in this story that are shocking to me. We've become accustomed to seeing defendants who have long rap sheets getting leniency from a liberal judge. In this case, this man is alleged to have killed another person just 2 months prior. He apparently, according to the court documents from Spencer's case, knew that he had killed that other person and continued on dealing the same fentanyl-laced pills. What I'd love to ask you, Justin, you worked on this. How rock solid was your case against Saunier?
Well, just to clarify, I was a task force officer there, but the case was predominantly run by other agents, and they did a great job. The Austin office did a great job. I merely was there to assist and help, and there was no flaws. It was a clean case, made it very easy for the prosecution, and it should have been a simple thing.
You told me you've worked on thousands of drug bust operations. Is that fair?
I've worked on a lot, yes.
And how does this one land to see this sentence for this case with these details? Where do you rank this? Where do you put this in all the cases you've worked?
I would say in this circumstance, this one probably is the worst. Because it wasn't an issue of how the case was put together. It wasn't an issue of bad evidence or a faulty jury or something that some other extenuating circumstance. It was merely just a judgment call by a judge.
and the judge's name is Karen Sage there in Travis County. You know, she suggested that if she could take your pain away, Hunter, with a sentence, she would. She suggested if she could solve the fentanyl crisis with a long sentence, she would, but she said, I can't do that with any of these one cases. And it seems like her entire focus then was not on you, was not on Spencer, but was on the life of Alexander Saunier. She seemed concerned with the life of the drug dealer.
Right. That's got to change. That has to change. We cannot have judges in this country abandoning facts and using personal bias to make decisions. That is like not what they were elected for, not what she was elected for. And in my eyes, Karen Sage needs to go. She is not a proper judge.
Austin, Texas, and Travis County are not safer today because of the choices that she made. In fact, they're more dangerous. That seems very clear. We have two bodies, including your son right now, because of what this man did. And he's on probation. He's on probation. I'm outraged by this. Hunter, I do want to ask you, you know, the fentanyl scourge is something that is, you know, we've all too often reported on it, and too many people watching and listening have had a personal experience. Obviously, tragically, you've had that experience now. What would you say about this, you know, about your son, how he ended up in this place, and what it means for all of us when it comes to fentanyl?
I mean, you never, like, my son took risks that he shouldn't have taken. I didn't like it. He was a great kid. He was loving. He still came and gave you a hug, you know, and said, I love you before bed. Loved being with the family. So he was a normal kid, and he fell in and took the wrong pill. Please educate. You know, I can educate as a civilian. I can educate. Prosecutors can prosecute, but we need the judges of this nation to step on board, and they have to do their job.
Right.
And they have to make, this is a lethal pill. This is not an addiction problem. This is lethal, and we need to put these people to jail for 20, 30, 50 years.
And just to leave this on a tangible note for everybody watching, Justin, 2 milligrams of fentanyl is a lethal dose.
That's correct.
The pills that Spencer Wheeler took were well over 2 milligrams, and you told me at one point in America, 75% had more fentanyl than needed to kill.
I can tell you from our experience locally that the pills we were personally pulling off the street at one point were in the 70%, 7 out of 10 contained a deadly amount. Now it's come back down a little bit, but that's what it was at one point.
Oh, man. Scary. Hunter, thank you for sharing this. Incredibly sorry for your loss. Thank you for educating. Also sorry for what you're having to deal with now in the sentencing, which is not justice there in Travis County, Texas. And we have to have a bigger conversation about judges in this country and their sense of wisdom and justice. That is the job of a judge, to be wise. I don't see any wisdom in probation for a man that has killed 1 and possibly 2 people with a poisoning. All right. Thank you, Hunter.
Thank you.
All right. Spencer Wheeler was just 17 years old. We'll be right back. Hey, it's Will Cain. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Cain podcast for full episodes right now.